Good morning and welcome to Richard Rawls' Daily Meditation from the Centre for Action and Contemplation. The theme for this week is Teresa of Avila and John of the Cross, two of the great Spanish mystics of the 16th century. The title for today's meditation, which is Friday, April the 24th, is John of the Cross, Poet, Pastor, Mystic. And Richard Rawls, who often introduces contributions from other spiritual writers, introduces today by saying, Father Ian Matthew is a contemporary Carmelite priest from England and author of The Impact of God, Soundings from St. John of the Cross. My copy is all marked up, so brilliant as insights on the predictable impact of God on the soul. In this passage, he explores the mystical and symbolic power of the night for John and how it can encourage us today. So these are the words of Ian Matthew. And he writes, Poet, pastor, mystic, John of the Cross is first a witness to the impact of God in his life. He has taken the risk of surrender and can speak with the authority of one who has been there. He testifies to a God who precisely is pressing in to meet, to change, and to fill us in our deepest need. Love changes people, and John's witness to God's love may help us to trust and to be brave. A generous God is fine when things are running smoothly, but what about when they're not and darkness is invading? What about when trusted patterns are broken down or we feel too far gone to bother even trying? We dwell at outer limits, and some events in life, loss, failure, stress, sin, remind us of the threat of chaos. This is where John of the Cross stands, at the threshold of uncertainty, and he assures us that what dwells beyond is not simply chaos. The darkness bears the Spirit of God, who broods over the waters of death and has power to work a resurrection. In our darkness, he finds Jesus' darkness, and what he echoes is the impact of Easter. Night. We cannot stop it or hasten it. It just comes, and it teaches us every 24 hours that we are not in complete control. John does seem to think that there is something important here. Others speak of growth, suffering, purification, but we are calling it night, calling it dark night, very appropriately. John's Toledo imprisonment and escape gave to the symbol night its full weight. For him, the symbol is able to carry humanity's pain, able to hold even such a sense of alienation from God that the inner self feels dismantled. That is the resonance of the symbol for John. Night signifies that which comes upon us and takes us out of our own control. It announces that as the place of resurrection. A God who heals in darkness, this is John's word of hope in a destabilized world. And then Richard Rawls concludes, we have all experienced some form of night in our lives, of lack of control and certainty, but we are also fortunate to have wise and good guides like John of the Cross to accompany us, reminding us that we are not abandoned by God in those times, but loved more deeply than we can imagine all the way through them.